Hey Internet, my name is Sebbi and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Wednesday, February 25th, 2015 and we are hopefully creeper free. Yeah, I think so. We are creeper free. This is good. So, how are you? How are you, Internet? I'm fine. I'm a little bit nervous, but I will talk about this a little bit later in this episode. At first, I'd like to mention that today, 2 astronauts will leave the International Space Station and perform an EVA. And so yeah, I'm pretty much looking forward to this because it's all the time very interesting to follow the live coverage of an EVA, and yeah, it's so amazing to see all the clear images. You can see sometimes the Earth passing by, or you can see how the International Space Station is then covered in darkness, or how the International Space Station is experiencing the sunset and the sunrise, and these are so amazing pictures. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to the next EVA. And these 2 astronauts, Butch Wilmore and Terry Wirtz, did already an EVA on Saturday, and they installed some cables, and this was their beginning of for the preparation for the docking ports for the new crew capsules, for the capsule of Boeing and for the capsule of SpaceX. And yeah, so it will take some time and it will take a lot of working hours in order to prepare the International Space Station for the arrival of the new crew capsules. And yeah, so they began this last Saturday, and today they will continue with their preparation. And they will also do some maintenance work, like applying some lubricant to the robotic arm. And yeah, so a lot of work needs to be done. And then I think these 2 astronauts will also perform a 3rd EVA, but I'm not quite sure about the date. What do I like to do? I like now to create a wooden floor, and I need some oak wood. So, do I have some oak wood left in my supply or in my storage room, or do I need to harvest some wood? Let me just check this. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to this EVA, and I think I will keep the Nether TV running all the time in the background. And yeah, so this is cool. Then some more space news, some bad space news, because I was talking so many times about the breakup and the re-entry of the ATV, of the last ATV, and the fact that they installed an infrared camera to the ATV in order to gain some more insights into the breakup of the spacecraft. But okay, no oak wood. So I think over here is just spruce wood, but I know that somewhere on the opposite side of this mountain there is some small forest with these oak wood trees, so I think I will now move over there in order to grab some more oak wood so that I can create the floor. And yeah, so they wanted to gain some infrared images of the breakup. But, well, the telemetry has shown that the camera has taken several images, but unfortunately the transmitter hasn't transmitted any of these images. And so, yeah, no data was received, and this is a little bit sad because I was not only I was looking forward, but also all the scientists were looking forward to see these images and to gain some more insight about the breakup and to strange noises, and to get some insights about this. And well, at first there was the idea that NASA had the same equipment, the same analyzer. Or do I like, no, I don't want to chop down these swamp trees. I like to move over here. Hi sheep, how are you? Okay, bar to you too. Okay, yeah, so NASA had the same equipment, but they decided to keep it on board on the International Space Station. Oh, a tree sheep. A tree sheep, that's interesting. Because, yeah, at first the ATV should do a more shallow re-entry in order to gain some more insights about deorbiting large masses, which would be very useful for the deorbiting of the International Space Station once the mission is finished. And yeah, but because of this problem with one of the batteries of the ATV, they decided, okay, we will perform a normal re-entry, and so NASA decided to keep the equipment on board and to use it in a later mission. And yeah, so it was just the ESA equipment on board, and unfortunately it hasn't transmitted anything. And yeah, this is pretty sad. I was so looking forward to this. But yeah, nevertheless, they got hopefully some good data with the telemetry, and I hope this had helped them also a little bit and gave them new insights. But sure, it's sad that this was not successful. Oh, so much about my... And I don't have a workbench over here. So okay, I will see if I can grab some oak samplings to restock the forest so that we are not... or that I can have new trees to harvest some more wood. This would be really amazing. And okay, I can place maybe one over there. There are some more samplings. I can place one here and maybe one here. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, and I think I should start moving back home because I need new tools. So yeah, this was sad, and yeah, I think that's all for space news EVA today. I'm looking forward to this. No images from the ATV, from the breakup of the ATV. And then I began the episode that I asked you, how are you? And that I'm a little bit nervous. And this is because, well, I talked so many times about the writing process of my paper. And here the submission date, or the deadline for the submission, is March 1st. And so yeah, only a few days are left until I have to submit my paper. But since I uploaded the latest version of my paper to the repository, I haven't heard anything from my professor. And yeah, this is a little bit problematic because if there are some things I should change, then we will run out of time pretty soon, and it's really hard to do then all the changes. And well, I already began to look or to proofread the paper several times. As I said, I did this also while I was skiing. And yeah, I found some parts that weren't really clear and that were hard to understand. So I improved these parts, but yeah, it's still the question if the content is okay, or if I should add some content, or if I should change something or so. And I'm not quite sure. I think I talked about this as I uploaded the paper to the repository, but I can't really remember the date. I think it's more than 2 weeks ago or so, and well, since then I haven't heard anything. And yeah, now I'm getting more and more nervous because, oh, my furnace is also finished doing something, so I can insert some more lava into the furnace. Okay, what do I need? I need a new axe, I need a new shovel just in case. Okay, a new axe, a shovel. Do I need something else? No, I don't think so. Oh, I can create all this oak wood. And it's getting later in the day. The sun is about to set. So I can eat an apple. And I can return back to my... Oh no, I wanted to start the process over here. So I can insert this here. I can grab this and this. I can create these bricks, and okay, time to move over. And so yeah, I hope I fixed almost or most of the typos. I'm not quite sure. All the time I start proofreading the paper, I stumble upon another error or another typo or something else. So I'm not quite sure if it's ever possible to have a text without any typo or so. And it's even hard to spot the own typos. I read an interesting article about the fact why it's so hard to catch our own typos, and that's mostly due to the fact that our brain gets used to basically common environments, and during the writing process the paper gets more or less a common environment. And so the best thing is to change the font size, or to change the font color, or to do other changes to the text, and then it's a little bit easier to spot some typos. And I even noticed this as I was doing the translation for the Space Program Manager, because at first I thought, okay, I found all the different typos and I fixed them, and then I inserted the translated files into the game, and I played the game, and then immediately I found some more typos. And well, this was another proof basically for the truth, or it validated once again this hypothesis that we are getting used to the environment basically. And so it's so hard to catch typos, because well, writing is a very, very complex task. And so in order to save basically brain power, our brain starts to generalize. And so at first we have only single words, then we form sentences, and then we form paragraphs, and our brain is then just starting to save these paragraphs. And once we are proofreading, we are basically, or our brain is just comparing the paragraphs to the text, and so it's more looking to content, and sometimes it even sees something which isn't there. So the brain is thinking, okay, I wrote this, and while we are proofreading, the brain is just skipping it and isn't noticing that a certain paragraph is missing or so. And yeah, that's just because the fact that the brain tries to save basically brain power, so it starts to generalize. And yeah, the best way then is, as I said, to change basically the environment of the text in order to make it looking new. And so yeah, it's easier then to spot errors. But okay, I tried this and it helped a little bit. I basically need to write the text in an editor, then I can convert it to a PDF, and in the PDF format it looks completely different. So I have two different environments, but still I'm always stumbling upon new typos. And yeah, okay, so I got totally distracted. I just wanted to say that I'm getting nervous because I haven't heard back from my professor, and I have the slight feeling or the impression that soon I will run out of time and everything will be screwed, and in the end I'm not allowed to publish or to submit my paper, and grammar and whatnot will happen. And yeah, so in this case I'm getting right now really nervous, and I hope that everything is okay and that I'm able to submit my paper on March 1st. What date is this? Is it Saturday or is it Sunday? I'm not quite sure. Let me just have a quick look at my calendar, and it is Sunday. It's Sunday, so yeah, maybe I am able to report about the progress in the Sunday episode of the coffee break. So if something happened, or if the paper is still alive, or if I have already submitted it, or whatever is going on. Yeah, so I'm really getting nervous about this, and I hope everything is alright, and I try to, as said, fix typos, and yeah, so it's not the best feeling to sit here around and to hope that at some point you get an answer and you get the approval that you can submit your paper and so. And okay, then I was already talking about this in the last episode, that I was skiing in the Berchtesgaden Alps, and everything started around 2 weeks ago or so. There I heard from my family that they planned to go skiing out there, and I thought, well, it might be interesting to join them while they're out there and while they're skiing. And then I said this to them, and well, then on last week's Tuesday, I got a phone call from them because I wasn't sure about the conditions of the piste, because it's relatively warm, and I wasn't sure if the snow and the condition of the piste is okay, or if anything else is happening. So I wanted to hear from them if the condition is good, and last Tuesday they confirmed, okay, the snow is good, and it would be nice, or it would be cool if you can come over if you have the time. And because I was working day and night, I was able to do so, and I was able to work there as well, so it was not so much of a problem. And so I prepared all my things on Tuesday evening, and then I left on Wednesday morning. And as I said, right away, or right after arriving there, I immediately drove over to one of the pistes. And while I was changing my clothes and while I was grabbing my equipment, a nice woman approached me and gave me her ticket. And so this was really a nice start. And then I stayed there at this piste until the end of the opening hours, so until 4 p.m. And the next 2 days, so Thursday and Friday, we were skiing on a piste in Austria. And well, it's also quite interesting if you are used to or if you are you need to use the ski lifts in order to get uphill, obviously. And should I have kept these markers, or can I remember this? I'm not quite sure. Can I remember the layout, or will I? Well, I think in the end I will do this again from scratch to create the interior design. So the lifts on the German side seem to be slower than the lifts on the Austrian side, and that's all the time funny when you're then getting into, or you're grabbing this lift thing, and on the Austrian side you have the slight acceleration, and it's really fun being almost lifted up in the air when the thing starts to pull you uphill. And on the German side you think, well, please increase a little bit the power of your lift, because it's boring, please make it faster. And so skiing, and well, the Austrian side was still, compared to other ski regions, a very small region. So it had a couple of lifts, but in general, the highest point is about 1,500 meters, and you can get down to 900 meters or so of altitude. But here, one day on Friday, I took my running watch with me because with my running watch I can measure also the distance I've covered. And wow, it's already getting late in the day, so I think I should return to my other cabin. And yeah, so I measured the distance, and on Friday I covered a distance of more than 44 kilometers or so. And wow, I was pretty impressed by this large distance. I haven't thought that it's such a huge distance you are covering while you are skiing. And yeah, this was really amazing. And as I said, we had all the time blue sky and beautiful weather. And on Saturday, we wanted to eat at a certain restaurant, but the opening hours for that restaurant were only during daytime, so from, I don't know, 11 to 6 p.m. or so. And in this case, we wanted to eat lunch there, and yeah, in this case, we just did half a day of skiing basically. So we stopped around 1 p.m. and then we drove over to the restaurant. And because the restaurant wasn't so far away from the place where we stayed, I was able to do some hiking, and I hiked back home. And this was also amazing to enjoy this beautiful view across the Berchtesgaden Alps. And yeah, then unfortunately it was already Sunday, and yeah, that was then the end, and I had to return. Well, we did at first a small hiking or a small trip around a nice lake. Unfortunately, it was snowing and it was cloudy skies, so I wasn't able to see the mountains around this lake. But here, after lunch, I grabbed all my things, I jumped into the car, and then I drove back home after 3.5 days of skiing in the Berchtesgaden Alps. And wow, it was, as I said, so amazing, so beautiful. And as I said, I took a lot of interesting images with my camera, and now I just need to create the video. But I think this will take some time because other things need to be done at first, and I'm getting more and more nervous about the deadline for the submission. And yeah, in this case, please keep your fingers crossed that I get an answer pretty soon, and that there aren't so many things to change in my paper, so that I am allowed to submit it on Sunday, or hopefully a little bit earlier. And yeah, so that's all for now. I hope you liked this, and I hope you will be joining me in the next episode. Until then, my name is Sebbi. See you!